Well, today is Saturday, January 6th or 5th or something like that. I forgot. 2024. It is like 3 p.m. right now. We're waiting down for this winter storm that's going to come at like 8 p.m. We're supposed to get like 8 to 12 inches of snow. I think this is the first time I've ever heard people say numbers this big since 2022. And last year was very disappointing. I know they said during that one winter storm back in March that we were supposed to get like, I don't know, like we were supposed to get 12 to 18 inches of snow. And over here, we usually get more snow than the opposite side of the state. And guess what happened during that storm? Some people in the valley got more snow than we did on the hills. We got like 4 inches. And they in the valleys got like a foot. I'm mad about that. Of course I'm mad. But hopefully this time we get to turn that around. My camera's at 1%. The next, there's gonna be clips I'm gonna have to film at in New York, but the snow total shouldn't be too much different. I checked the forecast. I think most of this video is actually gonna take place in New York. But of course I checked the forecast ahead of time, and guess what? We're supposed to get literally 0.2 inches more than them. We're at like 9 inches, they're at like 8.8 or something like that. Also, check this out right here. This is what happens when you drain the pool. Anyways, I gotta go charge this thing. Alright, we are leaving to go to New York like right now. We have like maybe a 40-ish minute drive out to near Fallsburg. It's gonna be a crazy little adventure out there, and it's gonna be quite memorable one if I do not say so myself. So let's take a look at, of course, since I'm spending the weekend there, gotta get my boots, because of course I gotta make sure I shoot some shots out there. And walking down the snow in my current attire, which is flip-flops, wouldn't be the greatest. I know it's like 31 degrees and I'm wearing flip-flops, so I'm not crazy. Northeast people are crazy. And then I also have camera gear, of course, and obviously all the essentials you need to spend a weekend. And that's pretty much all I got. I got some boots, of course, because why wouldn't you need some boots? And to accommodate for shoveling and snow blowing, I got that good old snow blower to begin working. It broke during Winter Storm Gale in 2020, late 2020, almost Christmas. We got like, I want to say maybe 14 inches of snow. It was somewhere between 8 and 14. It's very hard to tell. It's very drifty snow. The snowblower stopped working. We had to shovel. Shoveling is harder than snow blowing, but it's easier to stay in a certain margin. With snow blowing, it's a little bit harder to do that, so of course we gotta add these things. A simple addition. We're patiently waiting for a storm like this, saying 6 to 12 inches. Warning, I think, still says 8 to 12 or something like that, but they're saying like 6 to 12. And we could be seeing up to 12. I mean, that's crazy. It's about 9 p.m. right now. We have about maybe good old solid 1/4 inch of this not so powdery snow. I'm trying to say I'm riding a scooter right now through here. And as you can see, it's coating everything. You see the snow is flying. It's accumulating, that's for sure. I don't know how much you could really tell, but there is accumulation here. Not a whole lot, but definitely enough to where I can go over here, grab the shovel, right? And literally shovel, okay? I'm not gonna do a little bit of shoveling quite yet. We have maybe about on here though, I'd say we have a good old solid maybe 4/5, not 4/5, that's a little bit more than this. This is like maybe 2/5 of an inch. Still supposed to see 9 to 15 inches. I don't see 9 to 15, I see like 4 to 12, but like, okay, open for the best case scenario here, man. Now, of course, the most significant place to shovel would be right in front of the garage doors, like you'd expect. Now, I feel like we just had Winter Storm Piper like literally 14 hours ago, and then it turned to summer, right? Then it's now snowing again. The wait was pretty long, but hey, I guess we're getting a quality snowstorm for the first time in what feels like a century. 2023 went by too fast. Now it's 2024. How? That is a question that I don't think will ever be answered. And you see that? It's just snowing. Nothing crazy that you could really explain. But like the passing of time and all that stuff is pretty weird. Of course, I'm gonna be finishing up shoveling, and I'll probably record once we get into that really high peak. And then there's gonna be a little bit of a lull. I don't know if you know what a lull is. L-U-L-L. It basically is like a break between two events. So like the snow will like taper off after like 4 a.m. Then by the time I actually wake up, which will probably be like 9 a.m. probably on the weekends, I'd assume it'll probably be back to snowing pretty decently. Maybe I'm estimating 2 to 4 inches of additional snow. I'd say the majority of it will fall tonight. I'd say you get your best chance of seeing that first like 5, 6, 7 inches tonight. You see it's already coating all this stuff here. And then you get the rest of that stuff you'd love to see during the morning. Alright, let's put this stuff in. And we are all ready for a snowy Sunday. Can't really tell a whole lot, but we're here in I forgot what this town name was. Yo, that's crazy. It's snowing a bit. It's not heavy. It's gonna be worse at around 11 to 3 a.m. Then it's gonna taper off. Then again, oh, it's sticking to the grill a little bit there. 9 to 15 inches of snow, possibly locally up to 18 according to the winter weather alert I got on my phone. This morning it was 8 to 12. Yesterday it was 5 to 8. They're increasing the totals. Classical move of hyping up the storm. I'm assuming 9 to 12. Although I think 9 to 18 might work. If we're lucky, we'll get a foot. I'd say foot is not out of the question, but it's not really completely in the question either. My best guess is like slightly under a foot. Or if we have a really, really good storm and it wants to actually do what snow should do, we might have a chance at maybe getting a good 2 inches in an hour. Maybe 3 inches in an hour according to some people, but I doubt it. If we actually do get like 18 inches of snow, that would be probably the craziest little event we've had here in a good while. Sorry, I'm a little bit hyped for the snowstorm. We've got a very powdery addition here. This isn't a coating, not even a coating yet. It's not even, I don't even know if it's sticking to the grass yet. It's like 31 degrees. It's not really heavy enough, and it was like 34 today. But like, yeah, look at all that snow that's piling up over here. If it snowed like this for the whole night, we'd end up with maybe a good old classical inch at best. All right, it is 12 a.m. now, and the snow's really picked up. It's actually a lot deeper than you'd think. Maybe about 2.5 inches, maybe 3 inches at this point. You can see it looks pretty nice up on these pictures and the trees and all that. It's really nice. It's really like snowball fight worthy type snow. Like this is that snow. You love this type of snow. This is your best friend if you really want to if you have some beef with your neighbors, and this snow is your best friend. I do not condone pelting their windows with snow though, and I shoveled this maybe 15 minutes ago and we already have maybe half an inch of additional snow to accommodate. No, it's more like 2/5 of an inch maybe. Anyways, I'm probably gonna head to bed. You can tell by my voice I'm a little bit tired at this point. Same old stuff repeating itself over and over again with this storm. We're still supposed to get another 6 inches. I think we actually have more snow at home than we do here. But it's definitely picked up its pace. It got its act together. What am I doing? It's gotten its act together a bit more since last hour. Last hour was pretty much dead. Now it's picked up again, but then there's going to be, as I said earlier, just a little bit of a lull, and then it's going to pick up again. And I didn't even think this was going to happen, but it looks like I was wrong again. Well, I guess snowstorms like this can happen in the Northeast. I'm just patiently awaiting the day that I can get to see a 3-foot snowstorm happen from the comfort of my own home. Like, bro, I see so many YouTubers out there saying, "No, I just got 3 feet of snow." Like, I'm not traveling nowhere, because the second I travel, they're gonna be like 3 feet of snow when I'm gone, and then the second I ride back home, it's all gonna be melted. So every time we actually look like I'll be getting anything good, turns out it was all a distasteful lie. That's the common trait of the classical Northeast winter storm. This driveway has like 3 inches of snow on it. And it's actually surprisingly chilly out here too. But you can kind of see that this is just looking like a classical little winter storm out here, of course. Anyways, I'm heading back in. See you guys in the morning. Will we wake up this exact total? Or will we wake up, see 6 inches, 12 inches, 24 inches? Let's see. Alright, it is morning time, and I just heard we definitely got a lot more snow over back at my house than we do here. Maybe like, what? This is like maybe 4 inches of snow out here. Yeah, here we didn't get a whole lot of snow. Supposedly back at our house, I checked the radar and it looked like we got a whole lot more back at our house. It did stop snowing because, as I said, there was a massive like lull, and it transitioned over to a rain snow mix. So we didn't get a whole lot more snow. It has a little bit of a slushy bottom over here because, yeah, there was a little bit of a mix last night. And I mean, this area is like really variable with snow, but I'd say this is maybe about 4 inches of snow. About 4 inches of snow, maybe. You can kind of see it's still snowing out, but like, this wasn't a major snowstorm over here, at least. Like, I guess about like maybe 4 or 5 inches of snow, I'd say. This is not 6 inches. This is like maybe 4. This is somewhere between 3 and 5 inches, I'd say. The driveway definitely slushed at the bottom a little bit. I can tell because of these like things on the bottom that this is a little bit slushy. This is a really wet and heavy snow too. You can tell because it really did stick to everything. And yeah, I'd say we got, yeah, a good solid 3 to 5 inches. Some surfaces are definitely more accurate to measure, like this rock right here, because it was pretty windy last night, so there's a lot of snow blowing everywhere. So this right here, it's definitely like good 5 inches. So I'd say we got about 5 inches so far. I bet back at home, we're still supposed to get 5 to 8 inches. They up the totals a whole lot. Yeah, there's a lot of slushy snow on the porch that you have to get rid of because it sucks. And oh boy, slush does really suck. Anyways, I'll film again soon. As for a good old classical 11 a.m. update, I'd say a good maybe 5-ish inches over here. Now, it's not anything crazy. I'd see much bigger and better wintry weather systems than this one, of course. Looks like somebody came through here last night. These don't look like human footprints. Those look like maybe a coyote or bobcat or something along those lines. Came through over here last night. Yeah, there's the variable in snow accumulation is crazy. Like, up here is definitely where it's most accurate. And this, oh, it's really wet and heavy, but that's about 5 inches, maybe 6. The grass might be visible in some areas, but that's because of the areas that were like in trees and stuff. So over here, you can definitely see like 4 or 5 inches of snow over here. Back at home, we have like 6 or 7 inches. We'll be back tonight. It's like a solid 30-minute drive back up to the hills. And you can just see all this snow over here that I'm walking through. This is a little bit less, maybe 2 or 3. But I must say, this looks really nice. Look at that. This is a crazy snowstorm. I didn't expect anything like this to happen. I mean, I expected more from the storm, but like, it didn't expect it to look this cool. I just expected it to look like snow. But I forgot how cool snow looks. So let's just hope. I mean, this is all gonna be gone by Tuesday because of that stupid rainstorm. And we're gonna get like 2 to 4 inches of flooding rainfall. Let's just hope that that storm decides it wants to go off the coast instead of up. It's gonna suck. But I guess, I don't know. Anyways, this is looking pretty nice. Ah yes, here we are again. The snow is coming down. We're officially at 6 inches over here. It's crazy. Look at how much snow there is on this stuff. The snow decided, you know what? I'm gonna be nice to you for once and fall during the day. Where it's easier for me to get a better recording of it. I mean, snowfall at night's the coolest one because you wake up with anticipation. But like, the downside is that you only get to film a portion of it, especially if it begins falling after you fell asleep. But fortunately, with the overnight storms, we've been lucky that they start at like 6, 7 p.m. and then end at like 12 or 1 p.m. Like with Winter Storm Piper last year, they started and ended at like about the same time. This is pretty crazy. I mean, the winds have been pretty much gusting all morning. Look at this. The top of the snow is beginning to get a little bit more fluffier. You can see I can't really like throw it that much anymore. It doesn't really stay intact as much as I would love it to stay intact, which makes this officially fluffier snow on the top. But looks fluffy, but once you get down to the bottom, you realize this isn't that fluffy at all, actually. And it's actually beginning, visibility is actually dropping a bit out here. Fortunately, I think we're getting close to the end. Over here, I think we have the deepest snow, maybe a good solid 6 inches over there. It looks pretty nice out here though. This is the scene I was hoping to see. Now I've decided I'm finally gonna upload on the More to Chicken channel or something like that with the stock videos of snow that you can use. Like this video, it could be used as stock footage. I'll add like the Creative Commons license for you to use this in case you want to like use it as a background, but it's not going to be optimal with all the talking because when I cover winter storms, I cover them. I don't provide stock video, but I'll do that soon. This is a pretty cool, I'd say marginal scale winter storm, not a big one. Not a lot of people have been talking this outside of the Northeast. But the Northeast been getting hit by this one. Let's check the pool heater. This is a good solid, maybe almost 7 inches on that. This is coming down. I'm loving it, man. 2:30 p.m. to 6 inches. Snowfall rate probably around half an inch an hour is my guess. Anyways, I gotta go film the stock video one. Hopefully I'll probably upload it before the storm ends. Alright, well, people are getting back to cleaning up as we approach 11:30 a.m. now, and as you can see, it's snowing out again a little bit. Definitely not as hard as it was earlier, but it's snowing quite a bit now. If it snowed like this, we could get probably about maybe half an inch in an hour, maybe if we're lucky. So yeah, 5-6 inches is about the magical number for the storm. There's roof avalanches coming off. I remember a good memory of 2015. We had a big winter storm up here, maybe in the Northwest Hills, maybe 19-20 inches of snow. Really fluffy snow. I was staying at this house that night. Snow blowing right off the roof. There's like maybe 14 inches of snow over here. That was a crazy snowstorm. This is not nearly as crazy, but there's some avalanches. It's definitely getting a lot fluffier now. That's cooling off. It's like 29 degrees now. You can kind of see it's still sticking a bit. Just flush on the bottom, so it sucks. Snowblower's gonna come through here maybe an hour or so and get this all cleaned up and all that whatnot. Back at home, we have good solid 6-7 inches of snow, as I said earlier. So we have a bit more back at home than we do here. This slush is also beginning to freeze up a bit. Fortunately, this isn't a humongous slushy snowstorm, but hey, I mean, this storm is big enough. Definitely not as much as I was looking forward to seeing. I don't know where they said 9 to 15 inches of snow. I don't know where they got that total from, but whatever it was completely wrong. I interrupt this video to show you what it's like back at the farm, you know, back in the hills where the snow accumulation is greater than New York, because we're cool like that. 10 p.m. right now, I'd say we have just shy of a foot, maybe about a foot of snow actually too. Look at all this premium powder. The top is premium powder at least, because as you can see, it doesn't like flow well, but the bottom pieces flow a whole lot better than that. It's a really sticky snow, but it's not as harmful as you would expect. So some areas only have 6 inches, some areas have like 13 or 14 inches. The grill, I'd say, probably has around 9, maybe 10 inches on it, maybe 11 actually. Let's take a look. There's the dogs. at this. Oh, here goes the rooster. The house has snow on it. Of course it does. Why doesn't it? The chicken coop looks nice. Kind of see all this down here, covered in the snow, of course. I'd say this is about what they were saying we'd get. I remember I was worried at the start of the week because it looked like this would be more of a northeast side of the state type storm, but it shifted to a northeast and northwest. You know, you gotta include both sides. I really don't like those storms that don't include both sides. The storms can sometimes be pretty selfish. This one wasn't. I don't know how much you could tell, but the chicken coop has a lot of snow on it. You can also see maybe a lot of snow on there. This looks nice. You can kind of see the markers where the driveway would be. Chicken coop, a whole lot of snow on it, and a whole lot of cleaning up to do. Here goes my phone because I just connected to internet. This is way deeper than it looks, actually. When you realize how shallow the ground is, then you realize this is all snow blowed. Chicken coop, maybe 5 inches on the roof. This has like 1 inch maybe at most. That's like 7 inches maybe. I'm just throwing out random numbers. I'm gonna keep it a stack. You can kind of see all this just has nothing but snow as far as the eye can see. I must say this is the storm we've had in a while. This is truly the winter storm, I must say, of the year. Probably won't be, actually probably will be. I meant to say probably will be, so that way I can jinx my luck and get an even better winter storm. Although the storm would be like 10 times worse if it was more, and I'm thankful it's only like 10 or 11 inches. This is our biggest winter storm since, oh, I forgot. This is probably our biggest winter storm since 2018. I slipped, okay? I don't ever remember getting, like sure, we had that chicken burying snow in 2021. I exaggerated that a whole lot. I said it was 14 inches, but due to faulty measurements, it was really only 9 inches. That big bomb cyclone we got, the most variable storm, even though it was supposed to be concentrated on the other side of the state, we still won over them, okay? Okay, we're cool like that. That storm gave us a very variable accumulation. Now that that's all out of the way, let's cut back to Fallsburg, New York, where the snow can be seen a lot less. Dogs enjoying themselves. Anyways, let's cut back to Fallsburg, New York. Sorry about that, I accidentally clicked the wrong button. But you can see here, hopefully, there's some snow over here, about 6 inches worth, of course. Classical number of the evening. Let's check out down here where there's been a little bit of activity going on, of course. 6 inches. The magical number of the day. Back at home, we have about 8.5 inches. Finally got the number back. 8.5 inches are awaiting me when I get back home, and another 6 inches has accumulated right there. Now right here, same deal. Except that's almost 7 inches. 6 and 5/8. Right here, always 6, of course. You see just the way everything looks. They're just looking nice, picturesque. I love this when the snow ends right around now. This is just a scene I've always wanted to see, and I'm so glad I decided to pick up the camera right now to record this. You might have saw the video I recorded earlier. I haven't quite yet gotten around to uploading it on my second channel. There's 6 inches there. But I did gather like 25 or 30 images and videos for some stock. And there's 6.5 there. And let's check the stairs. I know these aren't going to be as accurate, but about 5 on the stairs. Not bad, not bad. Alright, well here we are after Winter Storm Aspen. let's check out the snow accumulation. We can see the snowblower people came here, and look at how slippery this is. It's about 25 degrees right now. We have our handy little stick here. I already measured earlier today, but I forgot to record because my camera died. So now we're gonna measure here. If you didn't see the community post, let's take a measurement, and we are at 6.5 inches on the ground right there. I know this isn't gonna be too accurate, but let's try that. That's like 2.5 inches on that. That's pretty nice. 6 inches there. 6 inches there. Of course, this looks like a scene I'll look back in a couple years and be like, yeah, this is crazy. This is just such a crazy looking scene, bro. I don't know what it is about the snow at this hour, but it just looks crazy. It's gonna be so sad that the stupid rainstorm's gonna come later this week and just obliterate all the snow on the ground. We have about 5.5 inches there.